G'day guys, it's Calvin from the Cartoon Company. It's not a beautiful day outside because it's night time and we were just admiring the lights in the distance. I've been chatting to this man a couple of times and he has a Jetboat and it has a Lexus in it. Kind of work on those a little bit, as you might have noticed. And it has a Link ECU. And it has a problem. And he would quite like to go jet boating on Saturday, which is 2 days away. So I suggested he brings it out. We'll have a quick look at it tonight, see if I can find it, see if I can find the issue. If I can, I'll fix it tonight. Otherwise, it gives me a bit of time tomorrow, and fingers crossed, he can go jet boating and have some fun on the weekend. He's done some testing already with my direction over the phone. I'm going to have to trust that he's done that testing right. It's running on 6 cylinders, so it's down on power. Appears to not be running on number 2 and number 5 cylinder. So I'm pointing towards a broken wire in the loom. So let's get into it, see what we find, and go through the process of sorting this boat out. You're not camera shy, are you?
Not really.
Oh, good. Let's get into it. It's going to be like disco lights because of that big light when we turn it on. So somewhere in here, there is an ECU.
Back.
That's at the back. So we've got, it's actually got a Lexus badge on it. It's actually got a Lexus. So it was an LS400. It's got a Link Atom. We've got a taped on lead here. That's right. We've got an idle speed control, but it's not plugged in because the Atom won't control it. So that's actually going along for the ride. How does it start in the morning? How does it start cold?
Good.
And it sits and idles low.
Yep.
And then as it warms up, comes up a little bit and sits about what RPM once it's warm?
Oh, 1 and a bit.
Yeah, okay. Not ideal. I've got proper idle speed controls, and on a jet boat what I do is I hold the idle speed. I try to aim for like a really low, like an 800 all the time. Yep. So it starts, it's 800, and as it warms up, it's 800, and it just sits at 800. I don't have the flare, and I don't have that cold start idle up like I would in a car.
Yep.
So some relays and stuff down there. What I'll do is I'm going to plug the tuning unit into it. We'll plug the laptop in, and I'm going to do an injector test on it. So I can actually turn each of these injectors on. Ticky tick 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 tick. This came from the South Island, eh?
Yep. Don't hold that against them.
Oh yeah. So what they've done is they've put an extra temp sensor at the back here in the water line. That's interesting. The plug's broken. I've got new plugs, so we're okay there. So it broke a wire going down here somewhere, did it?
Yeah.
Down in there it broke a wire.
Spliced a new wire into the computer cable.
Yep, okay. So what we'll do, we're going to plug the laptop in. It's an Atom, so I've got the right cable. And we'll do an injector test and have a listen.
Yep.
Yep. So that is number 2 at the front on that side, correct?
Yep.
And this is number 5.
Yep.
1, 3, 5. This was an LS400. You can tell because it's LS400 because it had an EGR on here. The Lexus badge. So we do generally see Toyota. So Toyota will have have a different badge on it.
Yep.
On there. Lexus have an EGR. Would have had a viscous fan on the front, but I can't actually see. Yeah, see, it's got a viscous fan idler down there. So you can actually see the idler unit down the front of the engine. Which you can't really get down there, but it's got an idler. So it's a Gen 1. It's a Series 1 engine. Because of the fuel rails, got the flat tops on them. Idle speed isn't doing anything at the moment, as I said. They moved that water temp, which is an interesting concept. And we've got a mixer here. We've got the proper manifolds, proper jet boat manifolds running. We've got a sand trap at the back. So you've got a filter and a sand trap. You've got a filter,
yep,
beforehand, and then you've got a sand trap.
A sand trap, filter,
Yep.
sand trap, filter, and then the engine.
Yep. So double up there. And it runs. Let's see. Where does it go? Does it go through the exhaust manifolds first, or does it go? No, it doesn't.
No, straight
Straight into here. Straight into your mixer.
Yep.
So you've actually got a thermostat in there still.
Thermostat.
So this is your like your mixing chamber.
Yep. Yep.
And it drops it out. Extra water goes out through the exhaust. So any excess.
Side. Yep.
And it works okay. What sort of temp does it run?
About 182 to 185.
It's just 180 all the time, which is right on the thermostat. Basically, it's sitting on that thermostat. Okay. So if you can just turn the key on for me, please.
Yep.
Okay. So the fuel pump's through the ECU. That's good. And then what I do is I just connect in to the ECU. So the little blue light shows that the ECU's on, but we know it's on because it runs.
Yep.
I don't actually need to check that, do I? Have you used the software at all?
Never. Don't know anything about it.
Looks like it could do with some tappet cover gaskets. I noticed I've also got this water line running through, possibly just to stop the air locks in it, just to help with air locks in the system. I've still got the water running through the throttle body, so that's still on there, again possibly air locks. Okay, so I'm connected into the software, and then I'm going to go, I just go into fuel setup, and it's got this injector test. So I've got injector test off. So we'll just, if we listen carefully, here's number 1. That's definitely working, isn't it?
Sounds a bit like it's ticking.
That's number 2. Here comes number 3. They all work.
Yeah.
Which doesn't point to a broken wire if all the injectors work. Okay. Let me just go through them again. Just going to listen to the difference a bit more. Here it comes. Here comes number 1. It doesn't seem as loud, eh? Here comes number 2. Similar.
Yep.
Here comes number 3. Those ones seem a lot louder.
Yeah, might be just where it is. I'm deaf.
Okay. Well, let's go to plan B. Since that last repair, was it always down on power?
Yep, yep, and it hasn't pulled 4,000 revs since.
Okay, and so it's since then down on power. Just start it up. It'll be okay without water for a few moments. Down here, no, in the exhaust. So we just got to make sure we don't burn those rubber couplings.
Yep.
So I've got a couple of moments just to confirm which cylinder isn't running. Definitely that one. Definitely that one. Yep, good off. So you're 100% on the right too. So there's one injector plug. There's another injector plug.
Oh, they just come undone like that.
There's a little clip. What I'm doing there is I'm checking for power on one side.
Yep.
Which is, there's power.
Yep.
Okay, and then there's power on that side, but it's earthing through my test light.
Yep.
So you can actually hear it firing another injector.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Well, I can hear it.
Yeah, yeah, I won't.
Yep, so can you hear that click, tick, tick?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the other injector going.
Yep.
So what it's meaning is I've got number 2 unplugged.
Yeah.
Number 5 and number 2 aren't on the same circuit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So often it's that one there. Nope. Okay, so number 5
Yeah.
and number 1 are wired together on this engine.
Yeah.
That pin actually looks like it's pulled back a little bit. Okay. Right. There's something wrong there, isn't there?
Yeah, sure is.
So we've got a problem. Number 1. Wait. That could be because number 1 and number 2 and number 3 are wired together. Just wait. Let's have a look here. Negative, man. So there's a problem. So we've got power. But wherever that one goes, it's not linked in. And in fact, look at this.
Oh, that'll help.
So we can fix that. There's a broken wire. So let's hope that's all that's on that cylinder. And we'll try not to short things out because we've actually got a live wire hanging around there now.
Let me turn that off. No.
No, I want to continue diagnosing. So
Yeah.
that's good. So let's just see if it's not the same thing here. Feels good. Oh look.
Didn't read about how 2 of them could go at the same time.
There you go.
Did you?
Might that be a problem?
Well.
Let's crimp some wires on it.
You want me to turn that off?
Yes, please. I don't actually want to work in the dark. I don't want to
Work powered up.
work powered up. And I'm pretty good, but I'm not a heart surgeon good.
I'll have to give you a buddy after now. Bring you back.
So there we go. Let's put some terminals on it. I even might have some terminals for them. The correct ones. We'll crimp some terminals on there and see if we get 8 cylinders. We might want to go through the rest of them as well.
Simple as that.
Maybe it's easy. Pop the pins out of the plug. Out of that plug there. And you can see by this, oh, it's not that one. See by this one, it just wasn't quite crimped properly. So I've re-crimped them, and I might go through and do all the injector crimps actually, just to be on the safe side. And we'll reinsert the plug, and it'll be good. And you see this one's pulled back a bit. It's not how it should be. I've gone through each and every one of these and re-crimped them for you.
Yep.
So I've done,
They're all a bit loose, were they?
just weren't crimped fully round nicely.
Okay.
So I just worked my way through all of them. I've got to this cylinder. It's late. I've got to number 4 and I've unplugged it, and you see here, not even in the plug. They'd actually pulled back, but they were touching. It was still working on that cylinder, and the crimps need to be redone. So I'm just doing that. So it was worth going through all of them. These are a universal type plug, and I'm swapping them out for a proper plug. They clip in much better. I got to number 4 and said, no, I can't do it anymore. So the universal ones are going, and a proper plug's going on. So I just happen to have a whole bag of them. I might do a few. Changed all the clips on the side, crimped them all, and I'm going to plug the 2 offending ones in, and I'll do that injector test again on just those 2 offending cylinders, and we'll fill it up with fuel, so when it starts it's going to give a big pop and a big backfire and dump a whole lot of fuel out the back, and we'll just go through and just double check that they're all good and I'm all happy, and then we'll fire it up, check it runs on all 8 cylinders, and you can go jet boating on Saturday. It is quite cramped for a boat of the size. It is a little bit cramped with so much motor hanging off the back.
They pushed it bloody forward a lot, actually.
So how big is your fuel tank?
About 110.
110 litres.
Yeah.
How long does that last you?
Oh,
6 hours?
easy. Yeah, it would last me about 6 hours.
20 litres an hour for a Lexus is about right normally.
Yeah. Okay.
And a Chev is 30, 40, 50.
Well, the old V8 Chev, I had 350 Chev. The guy I got it off, he never had anything like this in it. And it needle never got off cold.
Yeah.
And 1 hour's boating, I'd use 50 litres of fuel.
Yeah, that's normal.
So I got the temperature up to 80 degrees, and I had twice, more than half the fuel consumption.
Yeah, well that's good, yep. Yeah. And how do you find the 350 Chev compared to your Lexus? So you're 5.7 compared to 4 litres?
Oh, a lot smaller boat. The other was 5.2. This is only 4.4.
Yep.
So
but if you were comparing motors and usage and power-wise, how do you find them?
Oh, actually, I think they're different in their own right, but I like them both. Yeah. Yeah. No. Really
I generally find in a boat, stock standard Lexus,
yeah.
against a stock standard like your 290 horsepower Chev,
Yeah.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
You go to 283 and they've got a bit more poke than the Lexus.
Yeah.
But fuel economy on the Lexus is definitely a winner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys do more running for longer.
It'd be a lighter motor too.
Lighter motor compared to a cast iron Chev.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're heavy old things. Again, so I communicate with the ECU. Says it's online. It's a green online.
Yeah.
And I'm already on injector test, so I don't know. I don't know which driver's doing which injector. So I'm going to put number 5 on. And that is a much firmer push now than the other ones. And we just go through the inject. That's on number 1 drive. So number 5 is on number 1 drive, and we also had number 1. And if we turn that on, that should make a really loud clicky noise now. And very firm now. I'm actually going to have to push the little clip out.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yep, so that's very firm. And so we'll see which one's that on. And I'll just go, oh, it's on number 2. Can you hear that okay?
Yep.
That's good. I think that's the main 2 culprits sorted. So we will go to, I'll plug the others in. And we'll fire it up and check we've got all cylinders running. She's a little bit tight down there, eh? Just where the loom comes like over here, it was a little bit tight to get through. And I'll put the PCV valve line back on it.
Yep.
We'll see if it makes a different noise, shall we?
Yep.
They all seem to make a difference now.
Yeah.
But less of a difference because it's running on all 8.
Yeah.
So it's actually hardly noticeable, but just.
Really noticeable before.
There's a rev limiter in there. Go turn it off, don't want to get hot. I'm not worried at all about the engine in this case. It's just those joiners at the back.
Yep, yep.
And we're only, like, I can still put my hand on here, so we're hardly even touching, you know. So that's fine. I'm going to as well do that temp sensor plug, eh?
Yeah, if you would.
While we're in here.
While we're in here, it's buggered. Now, other thing I didn't do, when I put the new plugs in, I have my torque wrench and they're all 19. But when we put this one back in today, it's the only plug we took out. See if it was still black. You don't have a torque wrench, do you?
I've got a torque wrench.
Or you'll know.
I just go, yeah. You'd like me just to tweak it up?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what it is. You feel it, and if it feels right, that's good enough for me.
Yep. I'll use my manual torque wrench. Yep. That's fine. How tight did he go? No, that's about right. Because I've been out before.
Yeah.
They seat up.
Yeah. Well, that one's a new one.
Yeah, but they've been in and out before. So the first time you put them in, a spark plug in, there's a soft seat because you've got that washer. You're going to compress that washer.
Yeah.
Chuck that over on that.
Yep.
Drop it over those others. There's you compress the washer.
Yeah.
But after that, you're not compressing that washer anymore.
Oh, okay.
Right, change the temp sensor plug. So this one's got the little yellow piece in it. So you just pop the yellow piece out.
Yep.
We're just gonna in the bin, and then there's a little tab in here that I just flick down and grab it, and it's kind of hard because I can feel it and I'm actually often pulling from behind. Slide the new one in. We've got a clip. We had a rev limit. You can go over those leads in the daylight.
Yeah.
Just clip them all in their right spots.
Do that.
Yeah, being the fact that it's getting quite late. So what size is this boat?
4.4.
4.4.
Yeah.
And you've had it how long?
6 months.
Oh, only a little while.
Yeah, only a little while. Yeah.
And so far it's done the business?
Been great. And then all of a sudden, as I say, pull about 3.9 instead of about, usually does about 4.3, 4.2.
Yeah, and you'd need that little bit extra.
Yeah.
And it's interesting with the alley bottom and then the glass top.
Yeah.
That combo. I'm so used to working with full alloy boats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't see that many with the glass top.
No, Hamilton had it and Alex Craft have got it as well. I think there's a couple others that do it as well.
It's quite comfy.
Yeah.
A little bit cramped in the back.
Yeah.
Gauges are pretty simple.
Yep, really good.
Volt, fuel, water, oil, all auto meter, and a proper marine gauges. So there's a few dollars worth of gauges. Nice.
Yeah. No, he does a good boat. But he doesn't.
Tilt. You use the tilt. Nice.
Yeah, but getting used to it. It's a play thing.
And you've got the switch panel. What's the switch panel do?
2 bilge pumps are on those.
Oh, just the bilge. Yep.
Yeah. So one's manual and one's automatic.
Cool. So we are done, eh?
Yep, I think so.
I've saved a copy of the tune. We're going to put that cover on. We might put that cover on.
Yeah.
And we'll just give it another blip.
Yep.
Check we don't disturb anything.
Yep. Perfect.
Call it done. We can go home.
Yep.
To start it,
Yeah.
once you've done your repairs, I double check, triple check everything, because you just don't want it leaving if it's not right. That sounds good to me, eh?
Yeah, it's better than
That's all 8 to me. Thank you.
perfect.
That's much better, isn't it? This is a common tool we find in jet boats. It's called Mr. Scratchy. It actually looks like one of Mohawk's designs, to tell you the truth. And what you do is you lean over the back of the jet unit, and you go under there, and you pull the weed and crap out of your grill when you're in the river. Is the idea. You can get in there and get that weed out. I've done a little bit of jet boating in my day. My thoughts was number 5 and number 2 were on the same drive.
Yeah.
We'd got a wire back by the computer and the drive. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I was kind of on the right place. I wasn't expecting 2 plugs and then all the others not to be crimped. Because the others there were some others that were just falling apart. But hey, it's sorted, it's going. You can go jet boating.
Wow.
You can take Jack.
Tamarunui, yeah. Take Jack.
Tamarunui.
Yeah.
So you're going up the Wanganui, go down the Wanganui.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going 2 days.
Yeah, I'm only going 1, but some of them will stay and go 2.
From Blue Duck
Station,
which is
a beautiful place.
Dan.
Yep.
Dan,
Dan Steer, is it?
yep. Steele.
Steel. Yep.
Dan Steele.
Great
See, I
place.
might know the place because my mate Pete used to work down there.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Pete, we did another boat with Pete with a dirty old Chev in it recently.
Yeah.
And he used to work down there, lived down there, and he ran a bridge to nowhere tours.
Oh, the,
and one of the
bikes.
No, one of the. He was.
Yeah, they bike. Some of them go.
You're
their
not
mountain
biking.
bike,
So he was dropping kayaks in the river, and
Oh,
they'd
yeah.
kayak down,
Oh yeah.
and then he'd go pick them up, bring them back up.
Yeah.
He's crazy in a jet boat, that man.
I think Dan's
Nutto.
father had a business, so they do their bikes.
Well, they've adapted to bikes
take them
now.
to the bridge of nowhere, and then he'd bring them home.
Yep, they've changed
He'd
it.
Rex on the back of the
That's
bike.
it. They've
on the
done all
back
that
of the
now.
boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, great place to go.
Got a light out.